But hey everyone, so I'm Courtney. If I'm not your personally enrolled up, or if I'm not your upline, you are under my team, and so I just wanted to help you guys out and give you some tips and things like that. So um, tonight's like primarily for newbies and people who have joined in the last 30 days, just to kind of help you out, help you get started. I know it's super overwhelming in the beginning to try to get to know everything, and you're expected to do all this stuff right out front. Um, so I just wanted to clear up some of the questions that you guys have and kind of give you the guidelines to this business to help you guys keep it simple, because I know that watching leaders do all of this stuff, it seems like you have to do all of that, but really starting out, like it's just simple steps that you have to do. And I can kind of, like I said, just clear that up for you and help you guys get started. So first of all, I just want to say, this is kind of going to be a question and answer, so you guys can ask questions anytime you want. Just unmute yourself and ask your questions, but I can kind of start out a little bit and then see if you guys have any questions after that. But first of all, I just wanted to say that if you are on here right now, like you're in this business for a reason, and so you joined for a reason. You're here for a reason, for something that you want out of this business, whether that's an extra income, to stay home with your kids, to have freedom of time, things like that, to help out a husband if you're a stay-at-home mom, to help out your family and provide for your family, just anything. If you want friends, like literally people join for so many different reasons, and if you're on here, you join for one, if not multiple of those reasons. And so something that I just encourage you to do is don't talk yourself out of those reasons. So we all have those reasons set out, and a lot of times we make excuses for ourselves, and we're like, oh, like I can't do this, like I know I need the income, but like this isn't for me. But really, like everyone in this whole business, even out of our team, joined for a reason, and we all joined for to get an extra income, to have freedom, to be able to stay home and things like that. And we're normal people. Like we dress the same way, we talk the same way, we are the same. And so as long as you are willing to learn the guidelines of this business and allow us to help you, like you can be just as successful as anyone in this business. And so I just wanted to say that first of all. And like I said, it can be overwhelming at first, and that's completely normal because you're starting something new. It's always nerve-wracking starting something new, especially when you're starting something that you're putting on social media. So it's not like you're starting a new job that you're uncertain about and you go to that job every day and nobody knows about it, but you're putting this on social media. So it's totally normal to be nervous and for it to be overwhelming and trying to get to know everything, because obviously like no one knows anything about the business before they join. And so once you get in and you have to learn all of this all at once, it seems overwhelming. So that's completely normal, and that's why we are here to help you as your uplines and your leaders. So I just kind of wanted to start out by saying that. But does anyone have any questions that they've had since they've started that they really want the answer to, or they've been super confused about, and we can kind of go from there? If you do, you can unmute yourself, or you can like wave at me and I can unmute you. Okay, I'll just start explaining stuff and you guys let me know if you have questions. So first of all, I just wanted to start out and say, like I was saying, that everyone joined for a reason. So one of the first things that I want you to do in this business is figure out your why. And I know that sounds super cheesy because like you're probably like, I know why I joined this business, like duh. But figuring out your why is what will keep you going. And so that why is what made you join and made you take that leap of faith. But what's going to keep you going in the business? Because if you don't have that why set in place of, I joined because I want to be able to stay home with my kid because I hate leaving them. If you don't have that strong why there, no matter what that is, what's going to help you keep working every single day, even when it sucks or even when you don't want to? And so make sure that you just like lay that all out for yourself. Like what made you join, what is going to keep you in this business, and what are your goals with this business? Because I know for me, it seems scary to like, I'm not going to set a huge goal because what if I don't reach that goal? Like I don't want to fail at a goal that I set. So I'm just going to set a really small goal. But the thing in this business is that what's going to help you go further, because once I reached that goal, then I hit like this wall and I was like, okay, I reached my goal, now what? And so set something that, I know there's girls on here that currently stay home and they want to provide for their kids. And I know there's girls on here who want to be able to stay home with their kids, or people who want to be able to quit one of their jobs, or just things like that, and be able to provide and be able to not be stressed about things 24/7. Hold on one second. Okay, but yeah, so make sure you set your why and you understand your reason for being in this business and write that out. So write out a story of what made you join this business, what your life was like before, and what you're going to be able to do with this business and how it's going to help you grow, and then post that. Because even though you just joined, you still have a story. So a lot of people think, oh, I just joined. Like, I don't have a story in this business. I haven't been super successful like you have. I don't have all these things to tell people about what I've done and where I've come from yet. But tell them about where you're going to go. Tell them why you joined. Tell them what you're going to do with this business and how it's going to help you change your life. And people are going to feel that, and they're going to be like, oh, I want that too, even though you haven't reached it yet. They don't know that. And that you're putting those goals out there, they're going to trust you that much more because you're voicing that to them and you're saying, this is what I'm going to do. And once you voice that to people, you don't really have a choice. Like, it puts it back on you. Like, I like to set my goals like that I was going to get a $10,000 bonus. And when I posted that, I felt sick to my stomach because I was like, okay, what happens if I don't get that? Like, everyone's going to know. But then I worked that much harder to get that bonus because I knew that I already put that out there. I'm not going to let myself fail. And so that kind of holds you accountable too. Excuse me. But okay, does anyone have any questions? I'm just going to keep asking. We good so far? Okay. So something else is that people are like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what am I supposed to be doing every day? And so there's like a few things that make sure that you're doing these things every single day. So there's a lot of other things that you think you might have to be doing, and those keep your mind busy. But like, these are the things you need to be doing that are income producing activities. And so those things for me are making sure that I am posting every single day. No matter what, I am posting every single day. Because if I'm not posting on my social media, that's my business platform. And so if I'm not posting, nobody knows that I'm open for business. So if Target doesn't open their doors every day, are you going to go to Target and be able to shop? No. So if I'm not posting about the products and posting about the business opportunity, nobody's going to come to me that day because they're going to think that I'm busy or I'm no longer in the business or I don't want them to buy anything or I don't want them to join. And so if you're not asking, if you're not putting that out there, nobody knows that you are open for business and that you are offering that opportunity to them. The second thing is making sure that you're adding to your network. So something that I always tell people when they join, when they're scared about not having enough people to sell the products to or for them to join your business, is that I'm from a super small town and I was worried about that too. But since we work our business from our social media, we get to reach so many people in the world, like not just people in your area or your state or your country, but literally all over the world because we're in different countries too. So something that is super important is that you're growing your network, because if you're one of those people that was worried about not having people to sell to in your area, you need to be adding to your network, because then not only are you going to get people from your area, you're going to get people from all over. But if you don't do that, you're never going to find people from other states or other countries that want to join your business or try the products. Like last week, I had someone order from Italy and someone from, I'm trying to think the other country. I don't remember, maybe Canada. But like, I would have reached them before. I have no connections to Italy at all, but they saw my social media because I added them on Instagram or I added them on Facebook, and they decided to try the products after seeing my posts. And so making sure that you're adding to your network, and there's a few different ways that we can do that, but you can ask questions about that too if you want to. Another thing is making sure that you're messaging, because posting is super important because you're showing people the opportunity in the products. But if you're not personally asking them, sometimes they don't see your posts. So the way Facebook algorithm works, it's really ridiculous, but like, you can post something and maybe only, if you have like 5,000 friends, maybe only 200 people see that post because of the Facebook algorithm and how their newsfeed works and things like that. And so if you're not messaging people, you're not going to have people flooding into your inbox just because they're seeing your post, because some of them aren't seeing that post. And some people, even if they do see your post, they might be scared to message you, or they might not know what to say when they message you. So when you message them, that gives them that open door to talk about the products or the business. So that's another thing that I do every day. And then a fourth thing is following up. So after you talk to all these people about the business or the products and they don't order or join that one day, are you going to leave them? Because then if you leave them, they're going to go to somebody else when they are ready, even though they weren't ready that one day. And so make sure that you're following up. I like to follow up. Like, if I talked to 10 people yesterday, I'm going to follow up with all 10 of those people today. and I'm going to say, hey, were you still wanting to chat about those products? Are you wanting to order those products? Or, hey, are you still interested in the business? And then I'll follow up with them like in a couple weeks or whenever they say that they get paid or things like that. So I always follow up with them the next day. And then after that, it's kind of like whenever, like every couple weeks or maybe once a month or things like that, depending on their situation or depending on if they're waiting to get paid or whatever. But that's kind of the things that I make sure to do every single day. We good? Any questions? Don't be scared to ask. I see all of you smiling. It's so funny. Or does anyone have a topic that they want me to talk about? Like not necessarily a question, but just like something that they want me to hit on? Because I have things to say, but I don't want to miss something. Or you can type it in the chat. If you want to type questions in the chat, you can do that too if you don't want to unmute yourself. Let me see. Okay, so I talked about posting. So that's something that you want to make sure to do every single day, and make sure you're posting at least 3 times a day. And so that might seem like a lot, especially from going from using your social media as just like sharing your huge life events, or like, you know, like just like when you go out with your friends or something fun, like when you just use your social media like that, to going into a business mindset, things are kind of weird, and it feels weird to post that much. Like it feels like, you know, when you used to like have 2 pictures that you wanted to post, but you couldn't post them back to back because that's just like against Instagram rules. Like it's okay in this business. And so something you want to make sure to post at least 3 times a day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but even if you just did like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you're spreading them out. You're not having to sit on your phone all day posting. It's just 3 times a day. And I recommend posting 3 types of posts. So one of them is a lifestyle post. So these, like if you follow my posts and other people in the business, a lifestyle post would be equivalent to like when I'm out on the lake with my family, because my family likes to go to the lake a lot. And so I'll post a picture of the lake or of, I don't know, me and my family or something like that. And I'll say, enjoying a Sunday afternoon at the lake with my family. I'm so glad I get to work this business from my phone while spending time with my family on a Sunday afternoon rather than working a 9-to-5 job or something like that. Or I can say like, I'm so glad I got to welcome a new customer while I'm out on the lake enjoying a fun day with my family or something like that. So you're incorporating your life into how you're working the business, because we do work on the go. And sometimes when I'm in the car on a car ride, I'll post, oh my gosh, I'm on my way to blah, 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 and I'll talk about that. And then I'll say, but I'm working my business in the car, because what else am I going to do? Like I can just incorporate the business into what I do in my daily life. And that's what gets people interested in the business, because a lot of people think that you have to sit at home, sit at a desk, and not have anything else to do in your life. Like you have to be like the unbusiest person ever to work this business, and that's not true, because there's people who go to college full-time and have a full-time job and still work this business, or are a full-time mom and still have a full-time job, work this business. So there's tons of time to work the business, and those lifestyle posts are how you can show people that you can work your business doing whatever you're doing. And the second type of post is a product post. So these are like when I tell you to go to the Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page, there's all the sample posts on there. So you can go through there and pick a product that you want to post about that day. I love posting about like the cleanse, the hair, skin, nails, the triple threat, things like that. You can go search those products on that page, and it'll show you sample posts of that. So you want to make sure to post about a product every single day, if not multiple times a day. And then the third type of post is the business opportunity post. So this is actually reaching out and saying, this could be your story. So why I joined the business. And then at the end, I could say, message me the word join if you want more info. Or it could be one of those posts that's like, hey guys, I'm looking for 5 new business partners, and give some info about the business, and then give them that word to send you at the end, to give them that opportunity to join the business as well. But those are the 3 types of posts that I recommend. Okay, so in the chat, Megan said, what do you suggest when someone comments on a post, so you message and they continually ignore the messages? Do you keep reaching out? Honestly, for me, it kind of depends on the situation, because if they are a potential, I don't want to like bug them out of ever wanting the product, but they might have like told you that they're interested and then kind of got nervous, or it depends if it was a product post or a business post. But I would like definitely give them the first initial message, like, hey, I saw your comment. This is what it is. Like, are you interested? And then if they don't answer, I would follow up the next day and be like, hey, were you still interested in that? And if they don't answer that, I would leave them alone for a while. And usually, like, they comment on my post again, or they'll send me a message after they see one of my posts again another time. So you want to continually follow up with people who have said that they're interested and are talking to you, and then the conversation falls off. But in that situation, I would like at least give them 2 weeks after that second message, just to give them some time, and they might come back to you before that even. But then you can follow up after that. Okay, Angela said, I'm adding and following new people every day, but also losing friends and followers every day too. I feel like I'm being annoying, so people don't want to follow me anymore. How do you deal with this in the beginning? Okay, so in the beginning, you will have people do that because, one, they think that you're just another person who joined network marketing, and your news feed is going to be filled with all of those ads. So, when you have those people who just post like ad, and it's super annoying, like, your goal is to not be one of those people. And like, just because you've been losing followers doesn't mean you've been one of those people. But sometimes that's what people's like first reaction is when they see that, oh my gosh, she joined a business, she's just gonna try to get me to buy stuff. So my first thing to say is that if they have unfollowed you or deleted you as a friend, maybe they're not your real friend, or they're not going to be there to support you anyways. And so like, the people that unfollow me, I'm like, okay, well, they're obviously not going to be my supporter anyway, so why do I care if they see my stuff? So that's kind of how I feel about that. As for how to keep it from happening, you really can't. Like, it's a cycle. And so, like, on Instagram, so I'll follow a bunch of people one day, and I'll add them as friends once they request me back, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, now I have like 300 new friends, and not really that much, maybe like 50 a day. And then the next day I'll look and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I lost 20 friends, but I still gained 30, right? And so, and something you have to realize is that those same people that added you that day aren't the ones who are unfollowing you. It might be people from 3 months ago that are unfollowing you. And so it's a cycle, and like, you'll find people that will watch you for a while and then they'll unfollow you, or people who have been following you forever and then they'll finally message you. So it's just kind of a cycle, and that's why we have to continuously add to your network. So you don't want to just follow a bunch of people in the beginning and then never follow people ever again, because like you said, you're going to keep losing followers just because, and some people unfollow you because they don't personally know you. Like, some people might be like, oh my gosh, who's this girl? I don't know her. Like, I'm going to unfollow her. So I wouldn't take it personally. It's just like part of the business, and it happens to everyone. So that's my answers to those. Let me know if you guys have any other questions in the chat. Let me think. Okay, another thing is, make sure in the beginning, like, I know it can be hard to reach out, but if you're having questions, which everyone should have questions in the beginning because it's something new and you don't know everything in the beginning. I don't know everything, so I reach out to people, my leaders too. But something that I recommend is to utilize the materials and the people that are given to you. And so whoever your upline is, make sure you're reaching out, asking questions when you have them, rather than just trying to figure it out yourself. And what I mean by that is not that you should be totally dependent and not try to figure things out yourself. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is that make sure you're asking questions when you need to. And so if it's a question about something that you can figure out yourself, obviously do that. But we're here to help you. And so if you're having a question about, oh my gosh, like, nobody's replying to me, maybe it's something that I'm saying, then ask one of us and we can like help you out and tell you what we say, or tell you if you're doing fine and maybe you just need to message more people, or we can just encourage you if anything else. So make sure you're I can't talk. Make sure you're utilizing your upline, and also you can utilize your sidelines. And what that means is that I might be your leader, but you have other girls in this business in our group chat that you can be friends with them, and make sure you're friending them on Facebook or following them on Instagram so you can follow their posts too and get ideas and inspiration. And also, you can reach out to them when you need help. You don't always have to come to a leader for help. You can go to your sidelines. So I have girls in the business who are not on my team. They're just sidelines, and I love to go to them because, I don't know, it's just something about, you might not feel comfortable coming to a leader, but you can definitely go to someone who's just a friend in the business, and you can ask them questions too, and they can answer those too. And also our group chats as well. So we have our team group chat, and we also have a couple other group chats that some of you might be added to as well. But you make sure you're asking questions in that group chat. So if I don't answer someday because I'm out with my family, or sometimes I don't get service when I'm out by my boyfriend and things like that. And so make sure that if I don't answer, send it to the group chat. Like, there's tons of people who want to help you. Or yeah, just ask questions in that group chat, or send, if you got loyal customers, or send some tips that you found that have been working for you, or things like that, just so we can build that community, and we can have fun on there too. But another thing is also use the team pages. And so we have the Wrap It Up page, the Elite Warriors page, and then the Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page. The Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors is great for sample posts and things like that. And then also use the Wrap It Up and Elite Warriors. If you ever have questions, you can post your questions on there. Or if you have anything else, you can always like search something in the search bar. So let's say you need help about how to add to your network. So go to the Wrap It Up page and type in adding, or type in network, and you can pop up. There's posts about it, there's videos about it, and things like that. So you can always use that as well. Let me see. On average, how many people do you message a day? Honestly, it's kind of different for me every day. I always make sure that not only am I messaging a certain amount of people, but I try to get a certain amount of responses. And so sometimes that takes me messaging 50 people a day to get, however my goal is, like 10, 20 people to respond to me, and get conversations going. And sometimes I can message 20 people a day and 15 of them will respond to me, so I will be good for that day. I would just set a reasonable goal for yourself. And so if you have like all day to work this business, like if you're a stay-at-home mom and you have all day, you can sit there and message 50 people a day, no problem. Like, that's not stressful for you. But if you have a full-time job, you might only have like 30 minutes in the morning to message people and work your business in that 30 minutes. And obviously you don't want to be sitting there messaging 50 people that entire time and not make time for your posting and other things like that. And so it's kind of, I would just say, that's something that's reasonable, and you can always raise that number or lower it. So if you message 50 people one day and you're like, this is too much, it's too stressful, don't quit, just lower your number. So that's kind of my answer for that. It was in the group chat. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is sealing the deal. So I know a lot of you have people that respond to you, or people that are talking to you and things like that, and you message me and you're like, okay, I've talked to these 20 people and none of them have become a customer yet. And some of those people that tell me that have joined the first day. And so if you're in like your first week of this business and nobody's become a customer yet or a distributor yet, like, it's okay. Like, it is okay. I didn't get my first DT until like probably over a month in. So it's totally fine and it's normal, and you're growing in the business no matter what. So as long as you're continuously doing those things every day, like, you're still working your business, and you will reap the benefits from that, because all those people that you're talking to, you're planting those seeds. And so even if they don't join today, they might join next week or next month, or in 3 months, they might have something happen in their family where they really need an extra income, and then they're going to come to you because you talked to them before. I'm trying to think where I was going with that. Oh, I was trying to talk about sealing the deal. Okay, got off topic. Anyway, so something that with sealing the deal that I like to do is always make sure the ball is in your court. And so what I mean by that is, don't ever say to someone, okay, let me know, because trust me, they will never let you know. And if they do, it might be 6 months from now, and they might want to order before then, and you just never check back with them. And so something that I like to do is, going through the conversation, once we've talked about the products, I instantly say, okay, great, can I get it ordered for you? Because even if they weren't thinking about ordering, now that thought is in their head that, oh, I'm going to order this product, or, oh, I might order this product. And so after that seed is planted in their head, then they might ask me more questions about it, or ask me how much it is, or ask me, I don't know, whatever. And then I'll answer their questions. And then after I answer their questions, I say, okay, can I get it ordered for you? And by the time they say yes, then I say, perfect, here's what I need to get it ordered for you. And then I send them that info picture. So if you've been sending me screenshots of your conversations for me to help you through that, you already have that. And if you don't have that, I can send that to the group chat. But it's basically a picture that has all the information that you need from someone to place their order. So it has like name, email, phone number, card number, address, whatever. And so then they send you that. And this is where like people get weird about the loyal customer program, because they're like, wait, but I didn't tell them about it yet. And I'm like, it's okay, we will. And so I always wait until I have their info. they said they wanted to order the product, and then I asked them, okay, and you want to order as a product model, right? Which is a loyal customer. And then they usually say yes, or they say, what is that? Sorry, I had to mute someone. And then when they ask me what a product model is, then I say a product model orders one product a month for 90 days and they get the 40% off discount. And then I tell them what the 40% off price is. So if it's the ThermaFit, I say $39. And then I wait for them to respond. And usually they say, okay, that's fine. Or they ask me a question about it, like, okay, what happens after the 90 days? And then I answer their questions and they're usually good to go. And so some reason that I do that is because I used to tell people about the loyal customer program before, and some people, it would scare them away from it because they're like, oh, I don't want commitment. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not even sure about this product yet. I don't know if I want to order it. But I found that once you have it in their head that they are ordering this product, they sent you their info, and then you explain it to them, then they have the option of ordering as a loyal customer, or they have the option of ordering as a retail customer if they really don't want the loyal customer program. So either way, they're going to order. Normally, I've had a few people be like, okay, never mind, and that's totally fine. So that's something that I recommend. And also the part about placing their order for them. And the reason for that is because let's say that someone says they want to order and I say, perfect, here's my website. And I give them my link and I never hear back from them. Or it's the next day and I still haven't gotten the notification that I got a new loyal customer, and I text them and I'm like, hey, have you done it yet? And they're like, oh, I haven't had time. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Let me know when you get there. And it's the next day and they still haven't done it because they haven't had time and things like that. The ball is in their court because they now have your website and they can order whenever they want, or they don't have to. So that's something that I recommend, just because you're helping them. This is your job. Your job is to place their order, not for them to have to go on there, put in all their info, choose their product. Like, sometimes people don't have time for that, or they don't want to deal with it. And so I always have people send me their info just so I can get it placed, so that I know that it got placed okay, because some people go to the wrong website. They might miss a letter in your name or something like that. And then there's tons of problems with trying to get it switched to you. So that's something I recommend too. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Can you explain the $50 loyal customer membership fee? Yes. Okay. So to become a loyal customer, you either have to order for the 3 months, like I said, or they have the option of paying the $50 fee. And honestly, like, I've maybe had 2 people in my whole year and 2 months do that. And sometimes it's on accident and they're like, wait, what did I just do? It's basically so that people can order the products at our discount without having to order for the 3 months. So if they choose to do that membership fee, they pay the $50 with their product, and then they can order whenever they want. It doesn't have to be for 3 months. But that's how that goes. Sydney, I'll message you later about that, okay? It's totally important information. This is just like, I don't know, not relevant for our Zoom right now, but I will message you later and explain all of that so I don't confuse everyone else. But that's basically all I have, except for just make sure you're staying organized with your business. So something that makes it overwhelming is when everything's like super confusing and you don't know who you messaged yesterday, so you don't know who to follow up with, or you don't know who's interested in the business and who's interested in the products, and it just can get super confusing. And so something that I have done to stay organized is I have a planner. And so like today is Sunday, and so on the day of Sunday, I write down everyone's name that I've talked to about the products or the business, and I highlight the people that I've talked about the business with. And so then when I get to tomorrow and I'm like, okay, I need to follow up with everyone from Sunday, their names are all written down and their names are highlighted if I talked about the business. So I know who to follow up with every single day. And then like if I want to go back and follow up with people from 2 weeks ago, I can go back in my planner 2 weeks from Sunday, or 2 weeks from today on Sunday, and I can follow up with all those people too. So you're never losing your potentials. Some people, which is what I used to do, is make just a list. And so I would have like a document on my computer, and every time someone would talk to me about a product, so they'd be a potential loyal customer, I'd write them down on my list, and I just have like a big long list of them. You can do that too, honestly, just like whatever works for you. And so like I'm a sticky note person, so I have like sticky notes all over my laptop about like things I need to do, what day I need to do them, things like that. And so like, because I look at that all the time. And some people like to use their phone all the time for everything. And so you can put all the information on your phone, whatever, just like whatever works for you. The membership fee lasts for a year. What's better to sign up as a normal loyal customer or the membership fee? The membership fee lasts forever. So once somebody signs up as a loyal customer, they're a loyal customer for life. Basically, honestly, in my opinion, it's better to not pay the fee and order for the 3 months, because you're never going to have to pay that $50 if you order as a loyal customer, like a regular loyal customer. Because you're going to order for the 3 months. You can stop if you want to, but if you ever want to order more products, you're always going to get the 40% off. So you're never going to lose that $50. You're just always going to get the discount. But yeah, the $50 membership fee does last forever, but you're paying that extra $50. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that, but people are different. What if we have someone who becomes a loyal customer and then after a while they decide they don't want to do it anymore? What do we say to them? I have a message. So sometimes I'll get people that message me and they're like, hey, like I tried the cleanse and I really didn't like it, so I want to cancel. And so this is what I say. Okay, so I say, hey Jordan, I just checked your loyal customer account, and since you've only ordered once, you still have 2 more orders to fulfill the loyal customer program for the 90 days. And then I say, what would you like to change your product to if they didn't like the product? So if they told me like, hey, I really didn't like this, like I want to cancel because of that, then I say, okay, well, you still have 2 more orders, so do you want to change it to the skincare, or would you rather try, like I might give them a couple options or just ask them what product they want to try. And then sometimes they'll go to my website and they'll like look at the products and they'll be like, oh, I'll switch it to this or whatever. But usually after I say that to them, they're like, oh, okay, that's fine. And they either choose a different product or they keep their same product for the other 2 orders. Okay, any other questions? You guys can unmute yourself or you can type them in the chat. It can literally be about anything. But while you guys are typing those last questions before we hop off, I just wanted to mention charting a little bit, because I know it can be kind of overwhelming, especially if you like just joined, and I have girls on here who joined like 2 days ago. And so I don't want to overwhelm you, but I know that some of you guys that joined during the $20 deal, you got distributors during that deal, and so you already have a team building, and so that can be kind of stressful if you don't know what to do with that. So I just wanted to mention a little bit about charting too. So basically the first promotion in the business is called executive. And so what that means is that you have 2 distributors under you. So here's you, and then you have 2 distributors under you. And each of those 2 distributors have 400 volume on this leg and 400 volume on this leg. And so once those 2 distributors have 400 in volume, which is basically in sales, you are promoted to executive. So that's what executive is. So if you have 2 distributors under you already, you are already like boxed for executive. You just need volume and then you're there. If you only have 1 distributor, you just need 1 more and then you'll be boxed for executive. And then the next step, because I know some people have more than that on their team already, the next step is called Ruby. And so what Ruby is 1 executive. So you just built to executive, and you need, now to be Ruby, you need someone under you to be executive, and you need 2 400 legs. So what that looks like is you're Ruby. You have 1 executive under you. I should have charts on me right now, but it's fine. I can send them to our group chat. But you have 1 leg under you who is an executive. So that means they have 2 people under them and they have 400 volume each. And you have 2 other legs. So you have your 2 400 legs and you also have your executive. And then once all of those boxes have 400 volume each, you don't have to have 400 and the executive doesn't have 400, but everyone else does, then you are a Ruby. And so I just kind of wanted to like mention that so I can get that in your guys' head. So that's like when you get a distributor, let me know, or let your upline know so that we can help you chart and help you get started with that. I just wanted to like plant that seed in your head so that we could get everything figured out when that happens. And so some of you guys who have people on your team already, so that you guys know how to do that. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. I just kind of wanted to help you guys jumpstart your business and answer some questions that you guys had. But if you have any more questions, just go ahead and send them to our team chat and I can answer them on there, or go ahead and text me or message me on Facebook. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night.